What if every SML character had to give up their chaos and actually clock in for work? No more yelling, no more destroying stuff, just real-world jobs. Yeah, sounds insane, but today we're breaking it down and sending these maniacs into the workforce. So, want to see Brooklyn T Guy as a career counselor? Keep on watching. Imagine walking into a McDonald's, you're starving, right? You get to the counter and who do you see? Jeffy. Diaper outside the pants, helmet on, pencil in his nose, and a headset that's somehow on upside down. This isn't fast food, it's fast disaster. So, Jeffy lands a job at a McDonald's drive-thru. Why? Probably court-ordered. Or maybe Marvin finally snapped and said, if you want V-Bucks, get a job. Either way, Jeffy's got his first shift, and from the second he clocks in, it's already going off the rails. First order comes in. Hi, I'll take a number 3 with no pickles. Pickles? Pickles are gross! You get green beans. And just like that, the customer's order is wrong before it even hits the kitchen. Back in the kitchen, Jeffy's out here throwing nuggets in the deep fryer with his bare hands, the manager's screaming, use the tongs, and Jeffy's just screaming back, too hot, hot dog, while flinging fries at co-workers like ninja stars. By lunch rush, the lines wrapped around the building and Jeffy's making 0 cents in the drive-thru speaker. Welcome to McJeffy's, home of the green bean burger. Would you like to eat crayons today? People are sitting there like, yo, is this a prank? But it gets worse, bro. The ice cream machine is still broken and Jeffy, being Jeffy, starts telling customers it's because he peed in it. And not in a quiet way, nah, he screams it out the window. Sorry, the machine's broken cause I put my pee-pee in it. Marvin shows up halfway through the shift to check in and finds Jeffy outside the restaurant, riding a mop like a horse and challenging the Taco Bell employee to a duel. If I win, I get to drive the fryer. Like, what does that even mean? Eventually, a Karen walks in and demands to see the manager. And guess what? The manager quit. Right in the middle of Jeffy's shift, the man literally walked out, threw his hat on the ground and said, I'm not getting paid enough to manage a goblin. Now Jeffy's promoted to manager because no one else is there. And how does he use his power? He gives himself a raise of 10 McChickens an hour and bans all vegetables from the menu except green beans, so I can throw them at people who don't tip. At this point, the place is basically on fire. Jeffy lit the grease trap trying to cook his own invention, the Green Bean McSlap. Spoiler alert, it's just a handful of green beans smushed into a bun and microwaved for 15 minutes straight. The final straw, he starts chasing customers around the lobby with a ketchup gun yelling, you forgot your sauce, boy! And that's when corporate finally steps in. The episode ends with Jeffy banned from every McDonald's in the country and somehow still asking Marvin for V-Bucks. And that, my guy, is why Jeffy would last exactly 1 shift in the fast food industry. Maximum chaos, minimum effort, pure Jeffy. Alright, now you go into Walmart to buy some toilet paper, a frozen pizza, maybe a light bulb or two, and boom! You see Bowser Jr. standing at the checkout counter with a prize gun in one hand, a Nerf blaster in the other, and a walkie-talkie he definitely wasn't authorized to have. Junior getting a retail job was Bowser's idea. After one too many iPad repairs and exploding Nerf rocket disasters, Bowser finally says, if you want more toys, you gotta pay for them yourself. Next thing you know, Junior's in a bright blue vest with a name tag that says Bowser Jr. The first customer walks up. They've got a full cart of groceries, ready to check out. Junior grabs the first item and just says, this one's free because I don't feel like scanning it. What? Next item? This smells like cheese. Cheese is gross. Declined. Within 10 minutes, he's not scanning anything. He's just handing stuff to people and yelling, you're welcome, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bro turned self-checkout into a giveaway live stream. And don't even get me started on customers. Karen, excuse me, this sign says 3 for $5, but I only got 1 and it's $3.99. Junior, sounds like a you problem, lady. Karen, I want to speak to your manager. Junior, I am the manager. Karen, no, you're not. Junior, I am in my mind. She ends up storming off while Junior plays fart noises over the store PA system. Then there's the time Junior gets stuck cleaning the toy aisle. Instead of organizing it, bro starts playing with everything. RC cars, lightsabers, Nerf guns, you name it. 10 minutes later, the toy aisle looks like a war zone, and Junior's chasing Cody down the shelves with a foam sword yelling, prepare for battle! Oh, and inventory day, complete disaster. Manager, Junior, how many packs of batteries are on shelf 14? Junior, 7? No, wait, 8. Actually, can I use a lifeline? Manager, this isn't a game show. Junior, then why does it feel like I'm losing? By the end of week 1, Junior has gotten into 3 arguments with customers, broken a barcode scanner by using it as a laser pointer, turned the intercom into a rap battle arena, and changed the return sign to say, free stuff here, just to mess with people. But the last straw, he tries to throw a flash sale where everything is actually free. Just walks around with a mic going, if you can run fast, you don't have to pay. Corporate comes in, sees the footage, and immediately bans Junior from every retail chain in the state. His final act, riding a shopping cart out of the sliding doors, screaming, Walmart Warrior, as security tackles him. So yeah, Retail plus Junior, complete nuclear meltdown. Alright, so picture this. A high-tech science lab, everyone's in white coats, safety goggles, clipboard in hand, super professional, right? And then there's Cody, walking in like he's just discovered the cure for being smarter than everyone. Bro is pumped. He's got his own badge, his own desk, and his own locker for Ken. That's right, he brings Ken to work, and he's not hiding it either. He's out here setting Ken up in a tiny lab coat like he's my lab assistant. Human Resources already has a headache. His first assignment, something simple. Monitor the temperature of a chemical mix and write down the results every 10 minutes. Easy. But Cody, he's like, this formula is flawed. I can improve it. Spoiler, he can't. In his attempt to optimize the reaction, he accidentally creates a foam explosion that sprays bright blue sludge across the entire room. The supervisor walks in, slips on it like a cartoon banana peel, and Cody just stands there like, well, technically that was your fault for not using proper footwear. Day 2, Cody starts reprogramming the lab's AI system to make it more efficient. By lunchtime, the AI is printing insults at the printer and shutting the lights off every time someone walks into the break room. Printout, you smell like failure, Greg. Greg, I just wanted a coffee. By day 3, Cody's over it. He thinks he's not being challenged enough, so he starts creating his own experiments without telling anyone. One of them, mixing rat DNA with Ken's hair to see what happens. 1 hour later, there's a small, angry, plastic-headed rat running through the vents. Security is called. Cody defends himself with, technically it's not illegal if it hasn't been tested on humans yet. Yeah, that didn't help. The final straw? Cody tries to clone himself, like full-on DNA sample Jurassic Park-style clone. He gets close too, for like 5 seconds. There's a second Cody standing in the corner, but then the clone looks at Ken and says, I don't like dolls. Cody says, you monster, and tackles him into the emergency shower. By the time the boss walks in, the lab's half-flooded, a rat-human hybrid is chewing on the fire extinguisher, and Cody's yelling, I was so close, Ken! Next thing you know, Cody's walking out with a cardboard box, Ken under one arm, and a pink slip that says, too smart for his own good. So yeah, Cody in a lab, scientifically proven to be a terrible idea. Okay, now imagine ordering a pizza, a package, maybe some Uber Eats, and 20 minutes later you hear tires screeching outside your house. You open the door and boom, Joseph is standing there, holding your delivery upside down, yelling, yo dude, I made it in record time. That's because Joseph somehow landed a job as a delivery driver. No one knows how, dude doesn't even have a real house, but let alone a valid license, but the company was desperate and Joseph needed the cash. His resume literally just said, fast, broke, will deliver. First day on the job, Joseph shows up in a stolen scooter with a speaker blasting trap music and a half-open pizza box strapped to the back. First delivery, 2 hours late and ice cold. Customer, this is the wrong order. Joseph, that's crazy. Anyway, you got a tip? He gets creative with routes too. GPS says take the highway, Joseph takes a shortcut through 4 backyards, a skate park, and somehow ends up in someone's pool. Bro, the app said I was only 100 feet away. He also never knocks. Joseph delivers your food by yeeting it from the sidewalk. Customer, why is my sushi in the mailbox? Joseph, because I hit the target, bro. That's a skill shot. And don't get me started on speed limits. Joseph drives like he's in GTA, swerving through traffic, jumping curbs, running from random dogs. One time he got pulled over but managed to convince the cop to let him go by saying, "I'm just really passionate about delivering this Crunchwrap Supreme, officer." He starts a vlog halfway through the job called Delivery Dash with Joe, where he records himself delivering food in the dumbest way possible. Episode 3, jumping a drive-thru in reverse. Episode 5, can I deliver a pizza on a rollerblades? Spoiler, no bro, he can't. Half the time he's delivering other people's food to himself. Manager: Joseph, why does every order say deliver it and yet every customer complains they didn't get it? Joseph: maybe they're just haters. Manager: you smell like 17 mozzarella sticks. Joseph: maybe I am the mozzarella stick. The final straw, Joseph tries to deliver a wedding cake on a skateboard. Yeah, you already know how that ended. Bride's crying, the groom's covered in icing, and Joseph's just standing there with a cake all over his face going, "It's the thought that counts, right?" He gets fired mid-shift while eating someone's cancelled order. His response? Whatever bro, I didn't even like this job, the tips were mid. So yeah, giving Joseph a delivery job is like handling your DoorDash order to a hurricane with a snapback. Fast? Yes. Reliable? Absolutely not. Alright, so you know Chef Pee-Pee's been cooking for Bowser and Jr. for years, right? And by cooking I mean mostly burning stuff, yelling at kids and threatening to quit every 10 minutes, but one day, boom, he gets discovered. Some TV producer sees a clip of him screaming at Jr. and says, "That's it, that's the show." So they give him his own cooking show, Cooking with Pee-Pee. Prime time. Big network, full production crew, studio kitchen, lights, cameras, and chaos. Episode 1, a total disaster. He walks out in front of the camera and tries to act all professional. "Hello everyone, I'm Chef Pee-Pee and today we're making spaghetti." But 5 seconds later he burns the noodles, drops the pot and yells, "Stupid stove, why do you hate me?" Producers are like, maybe tone it down? Chef Pee-Pee, you tone it down. I've been cooking for ungrateful brats for 10 years and I'm tired. They keep rolling. The dish he ends up serving? Burnt noodles, raw meatballs, and a piece of garlic bread that's literally still frozen. He slams it on the plate like it's gourmet and goes, "Bon appetit, idiots." Somehow the viewers love it. The internet blows up. "Yo, this chef is insane. I only watch for the meltdowns." He's trending on SML Twitter as #TheScreamingChef. Episode 2, he tries to make a birthday cake. By the end, there's flour on the lights, a fire alarm going off, and Chef Pee-Pee throwing frosting at the camera yelling, "Why won't this stupid cake bake faster?" He also constantly roasts the audience. Viewer comment, "Why don't you try cooking something healthy?" Chef Pee-Pee on air, "Why don't you try minding your business, Susan?" They start bringing in guests for him to cook with. Big mistake. He's partnered with a celebrity chef and they immediately get into a fight over how to crack an egg. Chef Pee-Pee ends the episode by flipping the pan and storming off yelling, "I hope you get salmonella, you egg-cracking amateur." Mid-season they try to rebrand the show to be calmer, more wholesome. He walks on set and sees the new pastel kitchen and says, "What is this, a cooking show or a baby shower?" Next shot he's throwing green beans out the window and shouting, "If Jeffy doesn't have to eat it, neither do I." Eventually the producers just give up trying to make it normal and lean into the chaos. He becomes the Gordon Ramsay of puppet TV, but louder and more violent. And honestly, it kinda slaps. His final episode ends with a 3-tier cake collapsing, a blender exploding, and him looking directly into the camera saying, "This is why I hate my life, tune in next week." So yeah, give Chef Pee-Pee a cooking show and you're not gonna get 5-star meals, you're gonna get pure unfiltered rage, served hot, cold, or completely raw. Alright, so picture this. Instead of flexing stacks of cash and threatening to steal Marvin's house every 5 seconds, Mr. Goodman is working on a used car lot. No private jets, no Bugattis, just sun-faded Hondas and buy here, pay here signs. Welcome to Goodman's Crusty Cars, where everything's definitely not inspected, but hey, the cup always work. Now, how did Goodman end up here? Easy. One bad investment. Probably bought a crypto coin called Booger Coin and lost everything. Now he's broke, bitter, and selling 2008 Nissans to soccer moms. First day on the lot, he walks up to a customer in a wrinkled suit and a fake Rolex and says, "This baby got 4 tires, that's 1 for each direction. I'll even throw him some air for free." Customer, "Does the engine work?" Goodman, define work. He tries using the same tactics he used on Marvin. "This car's $12,000. If you can't pay, I'll take your toes." Manager, you can't say that to customers. Goodman, fine, I'll lease his toes. His test drives are worse. He hops in the car, doesn't even buckle his seatbelt, floors it out of the lot and yells, "You feel that vibration? That's the engine begging for mercy." Oh, and the paperwork? Forget it. Goodman's just out here making stuff up. Here's the extended warranty. It guarantees I'll laugh at you when it breaks. He's still obsessed with money though, tries to upsell everything. $100 for cup holders, $300 for a pine-scented air freshener, and $75 for emotional support during rush hour. And don't even try to negotiate with him. Customer, I'll give you $500 for it. Goodman, $500? For this 2005 PT Cruiser? Sir, that's robbery. My robbery. At one point, he tries to scam someone by putting an electric vehicle sticker on a minivan and telling them it runs on dreams. Spoiler, it doesn't. It barely runs at all. The final straw, he sells a car to a customer, pockets the money, and then the engine explodes in a parking lot. The customer runs back yelling, "It blew up!" Goodman calmly sips his coffee and says, "That's what we call a limited time offer." Corporate finds out he's being forging documents, offering free oil changes for life with no oil to give, and threatening to repo people's organs. He gets fired instantly. As security drags him off the lot, Goodman's still yelling, "You'll never afford a Lamborghini, you broke boy." And that's why Goodman selling used cars is like putting a lion in a petting zoo. Everyone ends up broke, bruised, or both. Imagine Brooklyn T. Guy, the man who's been a cop, firefighter, doctor, plumber, pizza guy, astronaut, clown, teacher, and somehow still broke, is now working as a career counselor. Yeah, the guy who literally has every job is now in charge of helping other people find a job. Day one, he walks into the school office with bags under his eyes, coffee in hand, and that classic depressed sigh. Alright, let's ruin some dreams. His first student walks in. "I want to be a vet." Brooklyn, great, so you want to get bit by 12 cats a day, get paid garbage, and cry yourself to sleep because you couldn't save a turtle with pneumonia. Next. Another student. "I'm thinking about being a firefighter." Brooklyn, "You like burning alive? Because that's what being a firefighter feels like. Trust me, I've done it. Twice." Someone says they want to be a YouTuber. Brooklyn loses it. "Oh yeah, great idea. Sit in front of a camera making fart jokes while 12-year-olds call you cringe in the comments. Oh, wait, that's your plan? Go ahead, genius." He starts printing out career assessments, but just writes "good luck" on everyone and signs it with a sad face. The principal walks in and says, "Hey, you're supposed to encourage these kids." Brooklyn, "Encourage them? Have you seen the job market? I just told a kid to major in welding because it's the only job that still exists." And instead of resume building, bro's handing out advice like, "Say you're proficient in Microsoft Word. Even if you're not, no one checks. I've been faking it for years." Halfway through the day, he's done. He pulls up a slideshow titled, "Why Having a Job is a Scam" by Brooklyn T. Guy. Slide 1, you will be tired. Slide 2, you will be poor. Slide 3, you will regret everything. He also has this one go-to line he tells every student no matter what they pick, "Just marry rich." It all hits the fan when the school hosts a career fair and Brooklyn's booth is just a folding chair, a half-eaten Pop-Tart, and a cardboard sign that says, "Don't do it." One kid walks up, "What should I be when I grow up?" Brooklyn, "Retired. Be retired." The school board finds out he told one kid to drop out and start a taco truck, and told another to move into a swamp and wrestle gators for cash. He gets fired immediately. On his way out, he turns to the students and says, "Good luck, kids. I hope you never end up like me, which is employed at everything but happy at nothing." So yeah, making Brooklyn Guy a career counselor, that's like putting a clown in charge of therapy. Informative, maybe. Depressing, absolutely. So what did we learn today, bro? Simple. SML characters plus real jobs equals absolute disaster. Like seriously, just think about what we went through. Jeffy turned a McDonald's into a war zone before lunch rush. Bowser Jr. ran Walmart like it was a YouTube prank channel. Cody tried to clone himself and nearly created a plastic rat-human hybrid. Joseph basically turned food delivery into Fast and Furious broke edition. Chef Pee tried to cook on TV and ended up roasting viewers more than the food. And Goodman, bro, went from high-class mansion flexing to scamming people on a used car lot like a shady Craigslist ad. This van runs great, just don't open the glove box or the trunk or look it directly in the eyes. And then there's Brooklyn Guy. My man really tried to help kids plan their futures while actively hating his own life. He told people to give up, get a sugar mama, and if that didn't work, wrestle a gator. How inspirational. But here's the real point, bro. These SML characters aren't built for normal life. They've spent years causing chaos, dodging responsibility, blowing things up, fighting over green beans, and now we're expecting them to work 9 to 5s and deal with Karen customers? Nah, that's like asking Bowser to mediate or Marvin to actually have a good day. The funniest part? Some of them really tried. Chef Pee tried to make it work. Cody wanted to be a genius. Joseph wanted to deliver stuff fast, but SML logic always wins. If there's a button to press, they're pressing it. If there's a customer to annoy, they're roasting them. If there's a microwave, they're cooking crayons in it. Every single one of them got fired, or banned, or arrested, or set something on fire, and that's why we love them. Because no matter what job you throw at these characters, they're always gonna find a way to mess it up in the funniest, most ridiculous way possible. And honestly, we wouldn't want it any other way. So, next time you walk into a store or restaurant, keep your eyes open. If you see Jeffy behind the register or Brooklyn guy holding a career advice pamphlet, run. Or better yet, pull out your phone, cause you're about to witness SML madness in the real world, and trust me, it's gonna be legendary. And hey, if you had to give one of the SML characters a real job, who do you think would actually survive a full shift? Drop your pick in the comments. Let's see who the real MVP is in the world of work.